We've all stared at our computer screens and seen this exact mess. A desktop covered in files called Draft 1, Final, Final version 2, and actually the final one. We do this because we are terrified. We know that if we keep making changes to our original document, we might ruin the good work we've already done, or accidentally delete something important. Now, imagine being a software developer. They work with thousands of interconnected files every single day. If they tried to copy and paste their way out of making mistakes, their projects would grind to an absolute halt. To fix this, developers rely on a system known as version control. Think of it as a silent assistant that remembers every change you make automatically, eliminating the need to duplicate your files over and over. The standard tool for doing this is called Git. It is the invisible software that professionals use to keep their complex digital lives organized. Git replaces the chaos of manual backups with a reliable record of your progress. It allows you to move forward with a project without the constant fear of making a mistake you can't undo. Let's picture your computer's project folder as a physical, crowded room. Inside this room, there's a lot happening: people moving, furniture shifting, paper shuffling, but absolutely nobody is writing any of it down. When you turn on Git for the very first time using its starting command, you are essentially hiring a professional photographer to step into the corner of that busy room, plant a tripod, and get ready to work. But here is the catch. Just because your photographer is standing there with a camera doesn't mean they are taking pictures of everything going on. If you create a new document in that room, the photographer ignores it. At this stage, it is an untracked file. It's like a prop on a stage that the spotlight hasn't found yet. This creates a major WESC. If you accidentally delete that file while it's in that state, it is gone. Git can't help you get it back because, as far as the photographer is concerned, that file was never part of the official record. Having Git turned on does nothing on its own. You have to explicitly point out exactly which items the photographer should pay attention to. Safely saving your progress requires two distinct steps. The first is taking specific files and moving them into a special zone called the staging area. This diagram shows the relationship. The large working area is our crowded room. To stage a file, you pull specific subjects out of that chaos, move them into the frame, and pose them exactly how you want them. Notice the pulsing border here. At this stage, the photo hasn't been taken yet. You are merely preparing a curated selection of files that you want to be recorded together as a single group. Once everything looks right, you give the final instruction for the photographer to click the shutter. This permanent save is a commit. It functions like a wax seal on a legal document, freezing the contents in time so they can't be rewritten or lost. That bright flash creates a permanent snapshot. It perfectly captures only the exact items that were waiting in the staging area at that specific second. On the back of every single snapshot, Git staples a few mandatory details: the author's name, their email address, and a short note explaining why those changes were made. By separating this process into posing the subjects and then taking the picture, you ensure you are only saving intentional milestones rather than a messy pile of half-finished drafts. Let's look at what happens when things go wrong. Imagine a crucial, tracked file is accidentally deleted from your project. Because you safely committed that file earlier, there is no need to panic. You simply ask Git to reference the last snapshot it took, and it instantly materializes the missing file back onto your screen. You don't have to go digging through your computer's recycle bin or hope you emailed a copy to yourself. The data is pulled directly from Git's invisible archive. This timeline shows how those individual commits add up. Over months or years, taking multiple snapshots creates a long, interconnected chain of historical events. This chain functions as a digital time machine. You can travel back to any individual block on that timeline, inspect exactly what the project looked like on that day, and restore it if needed. With this permanent safety net lying underneath your entire folder, the fear of making a catastrophic mistake disappears. You are free to experiment, knowing your past work is tightly guarded. Git replaces the chaos of endless folder copying and file naming anxiety. In its place, you get a pristine record of your progress, organized one step at a time.